Welcome to the Small Business Training course. Now, I'm guessing that you're here because you either have a business that you want to improve, or perhaps you are thinking about setting up a business for yourself for the first time. Either way, you're very welcome, and I hope that over the next few weeks, this training course will help you be successful in doing both of those things, in helping you to set up a new business or to help you to improve a business that you already have. So perhaps a little bit about me first, so you know who I am. So my name is Neil Moore, and I live in the UK, in England, in a city called Southampton, which is right on the south coast. I know that some of you are football fans, so our local team is Southampton Saints. That will mean a lot to some people. I apologise if it doesn't mean anything to you at all. So I'm now retired from full-time employment. My career was in information technology, and the last job that I had before I retired was head of IT for a local fire and rescue service. And over the past few years I've been involved in a number of projects working with local partners in the Kibera slum in Nairobi in Kenya. We've worked on quite a few different projects doing various different things, and my involvement has largely been developing business projects, so helping to set up loan schemes and also doing small business training like this. So over those years I've visited Kibera many times, more recently because of the coronavirus pandemic. Visits have obviously been curtailed, but we've tried to be innovative, and we've moved a lot more of our training and our activities online, supporting our local partners that way. So that really is how we have come to record and set up these small business training sessions. So if we think about the training course, we're going to cover over the course of about 12 weeks a number of different topics. We're going to start basics, so apologies if to start with it's things that you already know. Sometimes it's helpful just to go over the basics anyway. But over the next 12 lessons or so, we're going to cover some of the topics that you see on the screen. So we'll think about just getting started, what you need to do that. We'll be spending quite a lot of time thinking about money in various ways. So to start with, we'll consider income and expenditure, all the things that are coming in and all the things that have to go out, where they go. We think about different ways of managing your business accounts and managing your business money, and especially we'll be thinking about keeping your business money separate from personal money, which is a trap sometimes that people fall into, and it can be quite difficult if you don't have a clear view of where your business money is and where your personal money is. We'll be thinking about managing risks. Again, from my experience of working with our partners in Kibera, there are a lot of risks, and understanding these and being able to manage them is a big part of having a sustainable and successful business. And we'll be doing some work around writing a business plan. And then following on from that, we'll be using some of that material to think about how we would write a business loan proposal. So again, when you're a small business and you're struggling to expand, to get your business off the ground, sometimes being able to get a loan is a helpful thing, and there are a number of places that potentially you can get loans from, but you need to be clear about what the responsibilities are of you and of the person giving you the loan, and that it's going to be something that's going to be practical. And then we've got one final lesson which thinks about unique selling point. In other words, the thing that makes people want to come and do business with you rather than with your competitors, rather than with another business. So over the next few weeks, we'll have a similar structure to each of our lessons. So each lesson will start with a short video like this, where I will talk about a number of things and really ask some questions, raise some topics for discussion. That will lead on to an opportunity for you to talk about the video and to make sure you all understand it. I know that in some contexts the video will be translated into local languages, so that's fine. And then there will be some exercises which I will set for you to do. So that will help you really get to grips with the subject that we've been talking about. And hopefully that will enable you to do something practical, which will give you something real to take away from the lesson that will help you and your business. So that's all by way of introduction to the course. Let's think about our aims just for today now. So what I want to do today is I would like you to understand the purpose and approach of the small business training course. So if you're listening to this and you're thinking, actually I'm not interested in this, or I'm in the wrong place, now this is the point to go. This is the point to say, okay, that it isn't what I expected, if you want to leave, that's not a problem. The second aim for today is for you to understand and feel comfortable with, and especially be committed to the training program. So this is going to be a journey that we're going to make together. So I'm not going to necessarily give you all the answers. I'm going to set you some questions which will help you explore the answers together as a group. But I want you to be committed to each other so that together as a group you can all benefit from this training program. And then finally, our aim for today is for me just to introduce some of the basic principles of running a small business. Okay, so let's get going. That was a bit of a long introduction, but let's get going. So, first question, why do you want to have your own business at all? What do you want to achieve out of this, first of all? Let's think about that. So, I'm assuming that you would like to have a business because you want to earn some money. That's very fundamental. You want to earn money because you need money to live, and that's absolutely right. Some of you might also really enjoy working and having your own business, and that's an advantage as well. But I would guess fundamentally the thing that you need to achieve is to have something that will give you an income that enables you to pay your rent and feed yourself and your families. So there are different ways of doing that, of course. You don't have to have your own business just to achieve that. You could work for somebody else. So when we have our discussions, I want you to think a little bit about the advantages and disadvantages of owning your own business as opposed to working for someone else. So if you work for somebody else, if you work in a factory or something like that, then you have to obey the rules and you have to turn up for work and you have to do the job and you will get paid. So there are some disadvantages about doing that. But also there are advantages in that as long as you turn up and as long as you do the job, you do get paid. If you're running your own business, there are other risks that you wouldn't have if you were working for somebody else. So we're going to spend a little bit of time in the exercises for you just to think about why you would have your own business. And again, thinking about other training courses that we've run in the past, sometimes at this point people decide actually running their own business is not for them. And that's great, and that's absolutely fine. And if you get to the end of this first lesson and you think, actually, you know, I don't want to run my own business, I prefer to work for somebody else, that's absolutely good and that's absolutely fine. That it's your choice. If you do decide that you want to run or expand the business that you're already running, then again, I'm hoping that this course will really help you to do that effectively. And so that's one thing, why have a business of your own? So the second thing we're going to think about today is what kind of business. So think about what could you do? What kind of skills do you have? What things kind of come naturally? Think about what sort of resources you already have available to you. So for example, if you think, oh, I want to run a boda business, but you don't have a motorbike, that's not really a good match. That's not going to work. What you want to do is to think about what you can do and what you have available, and use that as a starting point to think about what kind of business you might want to set up. You also need to think about what kind of businesses people need in your area. So for example, if you think about a business that nobody wants, then that's not going to be successful. So this is the final point. We come to the exercises. So this is the part of the video that I set you some tasks to do, and then I leave you to get on and do those with whoever is leading this group today, facilitating that group. So today we've got 3 exercises. First of all, I want you as a group to make a list of all of the advantages and disadvantages of running your own business. So you might want to make this list in 2 columns. On one side you put the advantages of running your own business, and then on the other side of the piece of paper you write down the disadvantages of running your own business. Now some things will be personal and some things will be general. And it might be that when you're discussing this, some things that some people think are advantages of running the business, other people will think are disadvantages because they are different people and they have different skills. So that should be an interesting discussion. Let's see what you come up with for that. And then the second exercise that I want you to do as a group together is to make a list of the types of business that would work in your area. So again, thinking about this, you might want to talk about the things that wouldn't work for various reasons, because it's not only good to know what might work, but it's good also to have in your minds the things to avoid. So that would be helpful. So after those 2 exercises, you should have 2 lists that you've made up as a group. And then the final exercise is for you to do by yourself. And I want you to think about what business you yourself could set up. Think about what skills you have and think about why that business could work. So if your business is dealing with people, having to talk to people a lot, and you are a very sociable person, that could be a disadvantage. That could be an advantage, and that could be a good reason for going for that sort of business. So have a think about that and come up with a business that you could develop. Now in future weeks we're going to be thinking a little bit more about that. You can change your mind later on about the type of business that you think you could set up, but it's good to have in your minds an idea of what you would like to do, so that when we're doing other exercises we can apply those exercises in the future to that particular business. So that's it for this week. That's a bit of a long video because we've done a lot of introduction, but I hope you get on all right. I hope you have some fun doing this, certainly in groups that we've run in the past. They've been very lively and people have really enjoyed them, and enjoying them is part of the success of the training course as well. If you are enjoying what you're doing, you're likely to learn more about what we're talking about. So best of luck, and I hope you get on really well, and I look forward to seeing you next time.